ready for my arrival, worm.
たとえ世界が全てを燃やそうとしても
Nick,
who the heck is responsible for making us bear witness to this atrocity?
I am so sorry, Nick. This was sent in to us by Ghetto Jesus. And no, not Coffee Shop Jesus, not Micah. Micah would never subject us to this. Instead, it was Ghetto Jesus. And he basically just made it abundantly clear. He said, hey, make this a full reaction. I'm just like, all right, how long is it? Okay, it's only 13 minutes. Wait a minute, what's the... Oh, no. Nothing, I tell you when I say this, nothing brings screeches of pain internally than having to sit and listen to Kidz Bop versions of some of my favorite songs. It is literally... It is literally so painful that it causes me to start crying. I start weeping.
Especially the ones where it's like a completely inappropriate song for kids to have ever heard in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
And so they censor the living hell out of it and butcher it as like a piece of art.
Yeah. And
it's like, these kids shouldn't be listening to this kind of music when they're this young in the first place. Why did you do this?
For instance, the song... F you, yeah, it's called literally Fuck You by CeeLo Green. Post-production, Nate, please censor that because it's too early in the recording. But yeah, CeeLo Green literally recorded a song called F You. And they literally made him make a radio-safe version called Forget You, and it is literally the worst version of the song. They literally Kidz Bopped it before Kidz Bop got their hands on it, and then Kidz Bop did the Forget You version and somehow made it even worse. You took a song that was great about, basically, someone acting like that they're too good for you and everything, even though you're doing your best and everything, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, you don't like the lyrics? Okay. Well, F you. Yeah, so I love that the fact that certain songs are shared with kids. For instance, my dad letting me hear "Damn It Feels Good to Be a Gangster" when I was like 8 years old by the Ghetto Boys, and also my mind's playing tricks on me. Dude, my dad didn't care, man. My dad, the only thing he didn't like was like excessive F-bombs, like Limp Bizkit's opener from Chocolate Starfish that literally said the F-bomb 48 times. My dad didn't like that, but my dad didn't really care about like any of the other stuff that we listened to.
I had a mix CD in the car at one point that I had found that I made like a couple of years before, and I was like, I forgot what was on this. And I was like, hey Mom, can we see what was on this? And like, it put the CD in and it goes, play the fucking track. I'm just like, Mom's like, excuse me.
Excuse me. Play the freaking track. That's a Urban Assault Vehicle. That's the other version of Rollin' that was at the end
like
of
the metal version of Rollin'.
Yeah. Gosh. But yeah.
So I never liked the non-metal version at all.
Oh, the one with DMX? And
because I wasn't into rap. So.
Oh, I loved that version.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I hated rap at that point, so I didn't like it at all compared to the metal version. I was like, the metal version's way better than this.
No, I like the metal version. The metal version, like, is my personal favorite one, but that other version, I think, does deserve it because, it's got DMX, it's got a lot of great rappers on it, and it actually goes pretty hard, especially with like the old, like the sample that they use. Basically, it was an old windshield wiper that they slowed down, like whoa. I thought that was hilarious. But Kidz Bop ruins songs. Kids, this is why I don't. If I ever have kids, I'm not gonna get them Kidz Bop. I'm not gonna let them listen to Kidz Bop. I am going to let them listen to the songs, but also I'm gonna be careful with it. I'm gonna do what my dad did and be as careful as I can with it.
So the first time I took an interest in music, it was to Blink 182. So,
well, yeah.
And my mom was like, "You have to get the censored versions." It sucked.
Yeah, that's how my mom was with when I wanted to get the Marshall Mathers LP, Eminem's album. Mom was just like, "You have to get the censored version."
That's 60% of the album cut out.
Well, no, there was one song they cut out entirely because it was just not happening. And I remember listening to the uncut version later and just be like, this is so much better. Because it's great when you don't have to constantly censor shit all the time. But yeah. Kidz Bop. Don't let Kidz Bop ruin your children's childhood. But anyway, Ghetto, thank you for the donation, but also at the same time, screw you, dude. What the hell?
Kidz Bop is terrible. Using children to sing over...
Oh, God.
Kidz Bop is terrible. Using children to sing over top 40 songs in order to make money off of other people's music is about as Hollywood music industry as it gets. On top of that, it somehow makes even awful rock hits significantly worse. Yet somehow these things are all the rage with parents who don't know any better. I've always stood by the Kidz Bop, even as a concept, is bad. If a song has to be censored and sang by...
Death Clock, Ghost, and friggin' Slipknot, dude. Nice. Also, Schecter bass, yeah, and also he's got the 100K sub goal. He's got 122K. Nice, my man. On the grind, my dude. Like
children
us.
In order for you to play it for your child, it's probably not worth playing it. If a song is already safe for a child to listen to, just play that original song and don't have a watered down track with a group of kids singing over it.
Yes.
This video is going to look at 10 awful Kidz Bop rock songs. This is not a top 10, no ranking, just a list. I am not ranking Kidz Bop songs.
Fair enough.
You.
Also, I
Thank
know
you.
there are more than 10 of these because there have been so many Kidz Bop covers made, but these are 10 I thought were shocking. Please hit the like button if you think Kidz Bop is awful. Also, please
There you go. And there's a sub for you, bro.
subscribe. It does help a ton. You know how these videos work. Let's get to it.
It starts with one.
I understand Linkin Park's early work was instantly timeless and cross generations, and I love this band since I first heard Hybrid Theory, but never once did I think this was a kiddo-friendly listening experience, mainly because I'm not sure a song like In the End is the most uplifting toddler tune. Why would anyone think kids singing along to In the End would appeal to a large audience? I get that singing along to this song is infectious, but geez, some of the lyrics aren't exactly inspirational notes you'd want children to be screaming their hearts out over a microphone with, and badly at that over a terrible karaoke track. Hearing
As
a
people
small
have
group of
said, pretty
children's-
much every single Linkin Park song is essentially a cry for help from Chester, essentially. So
Yeah, and
all of the lyrical content's pretty dark for the most part.
in a lot of ways, yeah. I mean, Numb. I mean, hearing just his feeling of isolation and just becoming numb to the idea of just being alone. That's freaking sad, man.
Mm-hmm.
Singing the chorus of this track is not even really worth laughing at, and it just makes me kind of sad. Not that the rapping part's any better.
One thing, I don't know why, it doesn't even matter.
I swear, it sounds like a shitty version of Everlast trying to rap like Mike Shinoda. One thing, I don't know why, it doesn't even matter how hard you try. It's like,
Yeah.
what the frick are you doing?
I'm not saying Linkin Park should never be covered, but there's a reason why bands don't try to cover Linkin Park. It's hard to put your spin on it, so bringing kids in to sadly grown over it is not going to work. This is the equivalent of a dorky dad at a barbecue trying to do the Mike Shinoda parts while the little kids sing the chorus and the rest of the family is mortified. And then it's sold and distributed. Ugh, shameless.
Another thing that I'll say is, there were two guys that tried to do a cover of In the End at our talent show, and they tried to do a karaoke version of it. It was bad.
That sucks.
Because the guy that was doing the rapping part was offbeat the entire time, instead of one life. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Instead of like, one life. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. It's like,
dude.
and the guy trying to sing like Chester basically was just like, I put my trust in you. Yeah, it sounded like and I give him balls for getting up there.
Yeah.
Good God.
I have balls for
I give him balls for that.
Give them balls.
No, I give the fact that they got balls for that. I give the fact they got balls for that.
To be honest, that's kind of a good new turn of phrase.
I give them balls for that.
It's like some Gen Z speak or something.
It's like
Gen Alpha speak.
It's like, bro, I give them balls for that.
Yeah.
But this guy sounds like a Gen Z shit. That sounds like a Gen Z shit term there, man.
It's just like a twist on they've got balls, but it's like
I give them balls.
I give them balls.
I give them balls for
It's
that.
like a mix of give them props and they have balls, at the same time.
You're right. Let's make that a saying. Hey, I give them balls for that. What do y'all think? Y'all think that sounds good?
They're probably like, these guys are idiots.
Obviously. Why else do you think we're doing this for a living?
In a different rock direction.
Oh my God.
Is that the version?
Yes.
What? Why did they get somebody with a southern accent to sing
All
it?
the small things.
Shameless.
Small things.
Take care, true bang.
I'll take one lip.
It would have been a better cover if he'd at least pinched his nose while he was singing.
Yeah.
Or was that Mark that sings that?
Always, I know.
Is that Tom or Mark in that one? I can't
Oh,
remember.
it's Tom. Tom sings lead on that one.
So yeah, I pinched his nose.
Yeah. Actually, me and Chad, we did a cover. We did a cover of this.
your time on me. You're already the voice inside my head. It's Yed.
Yed.
Y-E-D.
Yeah. But for me, we actually covered this. We actually covered all the small things and Damn It at the Glades when we were in Generation Undeclared with Chad on vocals.
Well, see, Chad has the vocal style to do that.
Yeah, well, no, and I sang backup. And
he's a very good punk singer. So
yes.
Pop punk singer.
Yeah, and he's one of the best.
I don't have, I wouldn't try to sing in that. The only way I would ever do a cover of a Blink-182 song is if it was, metalcore-ified.
Said, late night, come home, work sucks, I know.
It's like that cover I found recently of one of the metal bands doing Aliens Exist.
Oh, yeah.
There's something in the back room.
Nice.
Oh, it's not the creatures from above. It's I would do a version like that,
Yeah, I get that.
In a different rock direction at that time, hearing kids sing along to All the Small Things might sound adorable on paper. The little na-nas coming from kids, aw, that's cute. 1, that sounds like a recipe for a nagging headache. 2, isn't pop punk seen as immature without bringing in kids? Blink-182 relishes in immaturity at times. It's part of the charm. But hearing kids sing Carry Me Home makes it sound like they are too tired after dinner to make it upstairs and have to be carried up by mom and dad. Not what this song is referring to in any way. Also, hearing an old man sing Work Sucks does not have as much force as it did from Blink.
People who make Kidz Bop, how much money do I have to pay you to never make music ever again? How much money do I have to pay you? How much? I tell you what. What do I have to do to myself? Jesus.
Actually, I'm curious about something.
I don't know who this weird guy singing is, but he's fired. What? How much money does Kidz Bop make?
God damn, they're still actively producing albums.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I know.
I was hoping they had died at some point.
No, they won't die. They'll never die.
Fudge.
Because,
Wild that they had to record a version of this song so they could cash in on it. I feel like if Blink would have known, they probably would have just laughed and said, nah, you need it really bad, just go for it. It screams of desperation, but it also makes sense a little because of the cute nanas that are totally annoying, but again, on paper, I get why they thought it could work. It was just a disaster in execution, and the final result was way more annoying than anything Blink could ever do.
I imagine like the most recent like Kidz Bop albums having like freaking Mary on a cross on it or something.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Mariana cross. This, I swear, I heard this version.
This one doesn't surprise me at all.
No, here's the thing. As soon as I heard this one when I was a kid, I left the room. I was like, I do not want this song ruined for me.
How do you make sure your kids start down the
The amount it was played on the radio ruined it for me.
While still in
That's fair. That's fair.
kindergarten? That should set things in motion. Do you want your happy little child going to school with a smile, or do you want them brooding while listening to Bring Me to Life? Because you can't have both. Surprisingly though, it's not the kids on this track that are the worst part, not by a long shot. It's the knockoff Amy Lee and the corniest nu metal shouter you can imagine doing segments of this song that will make you realize just how
Oh my god. I can't tell you how accurate that is.
bad Kidz Bop can get. I don't know how else to lead into this, so here's some of both.
Oh my god!
That sucks.
Oh my god! Oh wow.
You know,
This doesn't
Wait,
even
no.
sound like the person mixing it was any good.
No, there's no bass to it. There's no nothing.
Yeah, the vocal mics sound like trash.
Like-
like
It's like, wake me up! It sounds like they're. It
Yeah,
sounds
they're,
like
like,
they're
muffled.
It screams like they're. It sounds like they're screaming into their hands. Wake me up!
and then the singers have no power.
Wake me up!
They're not projecting well enough.
No.
It's like nobody was professional in the creation of this, apparently.
No.
Amy Lee regrets having this be a nu metal anthem.
It's like it
and
makes
wishes
me
it
feel
didn't
good
have
at
those
least. We
segments.
do a way better job in our closet back there and over here at this computer than
Oh
they
yeah.
did.
Oh,
Than Kidz
dude,
Bop
absolutely. Yeah, I've thought about
I'm
it.
not
like,
afraid to brag about that at least. At
No.
least we're better than Kidz Bop. Like,
Yeah, agreed.
In the original Bring Me to Life? Well, Amy, it could be so much worse. Do you think the studio engineer listened to these takes and had to go, all right, that wasn't bad, kids, but do it again, and this time a little more in sync. Parents, for the love of God, stop embarrassing yourselves in front of the child stars of tomorrow. A lot of people say Evanescence peaked when Fallen came out. It's my favorite Evanescence album, but at the same time, this is now responsible for some of the worst Kidz Bop I've ever heard, so there's a lot of damage that can even come from their best. Sorry, this one was really bad.
I think the sound engineer was just more like, hang on, let me play the original on this side. Fuck it, it's close enough. We'll take it.
Yeah. Guarantee the engineer was like, I guarantee it was some shitty engineer who was like overworked and took the job off desperation because he needed to pay for like his phone bill or some shit like that.
Probably like they did not even pay me by hour to do this. They just wrote me $1,000 check and that was it.
Yeah. I just told him they just sent me their recordings and I was just like, yeah, these are good, whatever.
Goofy singing. Straight up shameless. You had little kids come in and sing Girls Don't Like Boys, Girls Like Cars and Money. What is wrong with Kidz Bop creators and everyone involved? If I ever caught a child singing these lyrics, I would seriously wonder if the parents were actually capable of raising children properly. I know pop punk at that era was aiming for a younger demographic, but not that young. Teaching young kids the lessons
Luckily
of
for me, I
shallow
never
girls
liked
and stupid
Good Charlotte
boys is a
in the first
lesson that
place.
shouldn't be
I'm okay with Good Charlotte, but there's better bands. Just saying.
learned through a terrible cover song recorded in a tin can studio. I do hope the children were old enough to know what they were singing, because it sounds like they have no clue and might teach kids at a young age the wrong message this way.
Girls don't like boys, girls like cars and money. Like these boys, like these boys, like these girls.
Oh, so wrong. Why? I dare say Good Charlotte might have been a touch too mature for some audiences, and that's saying a lot considering bands like Good Charlotte and Simple Plan were at the time pandering to the teenagers. And then Kidz Bop swoops in and goes, don't forget the elementary school kids. We gotta make sure they learn about boys and girls through song. Why?
Oh,
God damn you. I swear, oh my God.
I've sang this song so much in my car, I guarantee I can do a better job than whoever did this by this point. Covering
Easily. Dude, Damon, like, dude, Damon Albarn has such an iconic voice, and there's no way to really emulate it 100%.
Yeah, I mean, even when I'm covering it, I can't get like the subtle like accent like into it and stuff.
Yeah, and I love Damon. I love his work with Blur, and I love his work with the Gorillaz. But my God, dude, why?
I love Feel Good Inc., Gorillaz. You know, in 2005, Alternative was clearly given a masterpiece in style. So, of course, Kidz Bop had to get their greedy hands all over it. And as much as Feel Good Inc. holds up, for some reason, Kidz Bop took some liberties with the song and tried to ruin a good thing. For starters, the maniacal laugh at the beginning from De La Soul at the start was like an evil scientist this time. The chanting kids were awkward, the faded vocal track was rough, and the attempted covering De La Soul's rapping is absolutely unforgivable. Along with having children sing Don't Stop, Get It, Get It. I'm not making any of this up. I could never answer which part of this cover I hate most because I know I hate it all, and it's hard to compare when it's all this bad.
I swear, that sounds like Weird Al Yankovic if he got hit by a 9-iron.
Weird Al would have done a far better job on this.
That's why I'm saying it sounds like here's like discount Weird Al Yankovic if he got hit by a 9-iron.
That prominent bass line of Feel Good Inc. does not have the same impact when you have kids and adults weirdly performing lines all over this mess. Also, when these kids are, I don't know, 11, 12, then if they want to sing some of this, could be worse. When they are young like this, at 6 or 7, they shouldn't be singing along to any of this track at all. And I don't care if you censor some of it or not. This was brutal.
The whole thing about the Gorillaz that you only realize it when you start listening to them a little bit more is they're very much a stoner band.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, and they're very tongue in cheek with like their references to like drugs, sex, and all the. And
yeah, sunshine in a bag. Like, if you never realized it, that's referring to a bag of drugs.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, if you go to any person's house that smokes the wacky backy and they're sitting in their den and there's smoke like floating around, there's a good 50% chance you're going to hear a Gorillaz track if you hang out long enough.
Yeah, plus Feel Good Inc. is a euphemism for literally anything to make yourself feel good. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you know, whatever it is, whether it be drugs or sex or whatever, and basically it's like you constantly put yourself in that, and it's basically like a perpetuating cycle. Feel Good Incorporated. It's just like, yeah, anyway, sorry.
I refuse to believe kids knew who Kings of Leon were back when the group was at their height of popularity. Kings of Leon have no youth appeal. None. Why would they have children sing along to a track like Use Somebody? Did they think millennial groups would hook anyone and figured that was enough? For starters, they have a female vocalist perform this main lyric of the track. It's not like that ruins the experience, but it adds to the list of why is this happening. It's like an alternate universe of mainstream alt-rock, and even the most accessible songs sound creepy and dirty when performed this way. There's something really off-putting about this track when sang by children, and I feel weird that I put this on my channel. I don't think the kids felt good about singing this one either. As Kidz Bop went on, you really noticed them reaching into any style or genre, and that still does not explain why they thought Kings of Leon would have the kids screaming to buy this compilation. I cannot see a Kings of Leon poster hanging on a 6-year-old's bedroom. Was Kidz Bop just swinging wild to cover any song that was popular and knew it be bought?
Pretty much.
This is
anything they could manage to get like away with legally, as far as they thought, you know.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing.
The whole thing is making shitty covers basically makes the whole thing legal, which sucks.
Yeah, because covers are legal as long and you're allowed to sell them as long as you give X amount of what is like guaranteed to the original artist.
And they have to be like transformative, at least in a way. Usually.
Exactly. They can't just do a 1-to-1
so
copy.
They're like, if we throw kids on, that's transformative. Like. Transforms it into crap.
Exactly. It transforms it into absolute dog shit. What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, this was on Kidz Bop 17, so I guess the answer is yes.
My eyes are
When you want to hear your kids grow
Thankfully,
up
I
a little
never
and move
liked
on in their
Shinedown
life,
either.
but not too much as they still have school in the morning,
whatever
you
on
have them sing
Shinedown.
Second Chance by Shinedown. You know, that childhood song that the kids at recess used to scream around the swing set. Sometimes goodbye is a second.
Oh! Just noticed Nogla was sitting there.
Noglo, what do you make of these Kidz Bop covers? That's Hawking the Dookie. That's basically
That's what it sounds like they're doing in the microphone.
kind
for
of
sure.
does. Hawking a Dookie in the microphone. Thanks, Nogla. Thank you. You actually made this even better.
Nothing about this song actually works for little kids. Having children shout, "Tell my mother, tell my father, I did the best I can." This is my life, Mom and Dad. Goodbye, it's a second chance. Now take me to McDonald's. I like this song, but this rendition doesn't do Shinedown or any of the kids' favors. Second chance should be with a deep, bombastic voice, not little kids barely able to read, which is what it sounds like.
I know something else they put on Kidz Bop at some point too, and I think maybe the song that they chose is probably a better one, but I know I listened to a song by the band in church that I had to then explain to my youth pastors the point of the song because they were like, this shouldn't be listened to in church. Like, it was POD.
Yeah. Youth of the Nation.
Yep. Yeah, because they heard the lyrics and they're like, what are you listening to? And I was like, it's about, it's like, it's an anti-suicide song. Like, and
Yeah.
such, so, and they're
It's
like,
about kids like
and I was like, they're a Christian band. And once they figured it out, they were like, oh, okay, actually, I like this a lot. And they went home and they actually listened to them a lot. And they came back and they were like, actually, I apologize.
dude.
Because, like, I really like them now.
Dude, Satellite is a great album.
Yeah.
Satellite, because it had this, it had Alive, Here Comes the Boom, and there were a lot of great tracks on that. But I'll say this, I mean, overall, me and my dad, we rocked out to that because, when I bought the album, Dad loved it. Dad loved, especially Youth of the Nation. Youth of the Nation just...
That was my favorite song on it.
It's probably mine as well. Although I would say Alive. I saw the music video for Alive for the first time. I was like, it wasn't my first time seeing POD. First time I ever saw POD was in Lil Nicky with School of Hard Knocks. We from the school of Hard Knocks. Who's ready to rock? Ready to rock. Yeah, that was a good track. But yeah, POD. They're a great band, man, and they're still going. Like and Sonny, I like Sonny Sandoval as a vocalist. He's got a great style. Anyway.
A coming-of-age song doesn't work if you aren't even old enough to go to PG-13 movies yet. It also doesn't work replacing Brad Smith with a young kid, but still trying to make it sound serious. At what point does Kidz Bop stop going for the happy sing-alongs and start getting into the deep, introspective tracks that make you think about life? Around age 7 is when they think that's appropriate? I mean, at this rate, Kidz Bop will cover Hurt from Nine Inch Nails or Johnny Cash. Either way, those kids are going to be sad. The early 2000s post-grunge scene was ripe for Kidz Bop covering. A lot of it had clean enough lyrics and were just a bunch of guys groaning along to drop tuning, so this has to be easy
the same
to cover.
band that did
But if you do
Superman?
that, you
Yes.
can at least...
So yeah, I would much more expect to hear Superman on a Kidz Bop than I would
Well,
When I'm Gone.
When I'm Gone was more pop oriented than Superman. Superman was like a tongue-in-cheek thing about, trying to pretend to be more than what you actually were. Whereas this was...
Superman got played at every single school dance from 6th grade onward whenever, I was in school, so...
That's fair. That was actually my mom's favorite album by Three Doors Down, Away from the Sun. There were some good songs on there.
So this song I'd actually heard on the radio and never really realized who it was, but I did actually like this song, okay? And it didn't get overplayed to the point where I hated it. Which is more than I can say for a lot of the radio songs, because a lot of them got drilled into the absolute dust.
Yeah, there was this, Not My Time, like the title track, Away from the Sun, Loser, Superman. Three Doors Down had some pretty good tracks.
do it to more upbeat ones and not When I'm Gone by Three Doors Down. It's not the only Three Doors Down song to get the Kidz Bop brush over, but it's definitely a confusing one. Three Doors Down is a safe band for sure, and I guess that's what they were trying to teach kids to rock out to. Somehow, this isn't exactly a pump-up anthem. Why did they think kids would want to sing this song from Three Doors Down? It's not even Kryptonite, and Kryptonite wasn't even...
Kryptonite, yeah.
And that exciting. Hearing a group of kids sing the verses of this song is enough to make you wonder if the kids are being forced to sing against their will. It just doesn't sound natural. I'm not the only one
Yeah, it doesn't.
that hears it, right? Like,
God
they
awful.
brought in their own main singer, and you have a bunch of little kids being screamed at by adults to sing along, but they don't get to eat that night.
So that's the
I
whole
can't be
thing.
the only
Youth
one-
of the Nation has kids' voices in it, but it works in the context and the way that they use their voices in it.
Yes.
You know,
It's
the
literally
chant, like the chanting version, like the we are, you know.
the youth of the nation.
And I've heard of other songs that use kids' voices and chants that sound really dope too.
Yes.
But like,
Oh,
you know,
dude.
just have them singing certain songs, it just sounds completely out of context and off.
Dude, James Brown, Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud. That one having a bunch of kids on. Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud.
So I was trying to think of
I
like
love that.
funny ideas, and like the one I just came up with was like, oh god, I wonder if they ever did BYOB. It's like all the kids be like, why do they always sit in the bar?
Come on, someone else has to hear this cover this way.
Oh God,
The
Buck
fact that
Cherry.
Sharon
Another
about
brand
Buck
I don't
Cherry
really
is
like in the first place.
absolutely disgusting.
I
There are
don't
parents in the
either,
South who
if I'm
want
being
Books
honest.
banned, while some parents are still bringing their children into a recording studio to sing "Sorry" by Buck Cherry on Kidz Bop 7. Talk about being exposed to too much at too early an age. I do wonder if the kids all had to listen to Buck Cherry over and over again to get the cadence and tone of the song right, and then realize, wow, kids have to sing about wanting to die. This is not right. When you hear the children sing it, you
I'm gonna say maybe they're projecting it onto the people that they're singing it to. Do you want to die yet? Do you want to die yet? You're gonna want to after listening to this long enough.
want to save these
They're
children.
singing
not so
directly
much
to the
because they're
parents
actually
who
sad,
screwed up
because
and
they
bought
are
these
forced by
albums
studio
to
execs
listen
sing
to
one
with
of the
their
worst
kids in
butt
the
rock
car.
songs.
I'm never, like I said, I am never buying a Kidz Bop album for my kids ever.
The
It's like, what was the scene in the movie where like someone just ejects the CD and frisbees it out the window? Like that's what I see parents being like when they bought this album.
Oh, there's
Love that
several
song.
movies that's got that. Rush Hour had that, or Rush Hour 2, when James like throws the Beach Boys album out the window. Hey, that was a Chinese man CD. Don't you ever touch Chinese man CD. And then there was another one. There was a commercial where a guy literally like pops out the guy's disc and throws it, and then he puts in one that's got like the seal around it, like the D seal, and then he puts it in, and it's the exact same CD. And the trucker was just like, "All right, buddy." Yeah, but honestly, there's been several movies with that.
I also wonder if some of these child singers were brought in and not told who they'd be singing until they got there that day. They were hoping for Beyonce or even Avril Lavigne back in the mid-2000s, but nope, Buck Cherry. Those kids were probably pulled out of school for a chance at Hollywood and ended up singing Buck Cherry. That's a sad
No, I
Hollywood
will
child
say,
story if
I
I've
can't
ever heard
speak
one.
for all the other kids, but when I was around that age, I didn't pay any attention to what the lyrics were actually saying to anything.
Me neither.
I said
Oh,
before
God.
Kidz Bop
Look
is
at his
shameless, and
fucking
even that's
mic
too nice.
stand.
I know the broad.
Kids should not be covering this. Look at the album cover.
I know.
Jesus Christ, man.
Straight up, this is the sleaziest thing any agency in the business could have done. Bring kids in to sing Lips of an Angel. If even one of the kids who sang this ended up with a normal life, it's a miracle.
This is
Hinder
one
was
step
bad
below
enough, but
kids covering
explaining
porn
Hinder
star
and then
dancing.
This song to
Whoa.
kids is child trauma.
Jesus.
Lips of an Angel is a song about a man wishing he could cheat on his partner who is literally in the next room sleeping, and then they had children poorly record over this. Ugh. It's so bad. If you are wondering why the younger generation hates millennials and Gen X and boomers, listen to what some of the youth had to sing. I truly feel that even the young children singing these lyrics knew something was wrong with this situation about children singing a track like this. Not only does it sound miserable, but I can't imagine anyone was happy with this experience. I also can't imagine kids wanting the new Kidz Bop album and cranking it up to sing along to Hinder. I just feel with a massive amount of music in that time frame, and even if you only focus on the hit songs of that time, you could have chosen 100 other safe tracks over a song about being unfaithful. Kids had to learn about cheating sooner or later, I guess. This is another life lesson. I feel that exploiting children to sing popular songs on a compilation album as a cheap way to make money through cashing in on overly protective parents is awful. Everything about Kidz Bop is absolutely awful.
Yeah.
I also feel that as it's 2023 and these Kidz Bop collections are still being made and put online, I would hope that parents would be a little wary of what they're signing their kids up to sing. If this keeps up in a few years, we'll have little children singing Machine Gun Kelly and Falling in Reverse.
Please don't. Please don't. Please don't put that out there, my dude.
At least they've never done a mindless self-indulgence track as far as I
Oh
know.
my god, as far as we know. Jesus. Okay. Well, Rocked, thank you very much for ripping those to pieces, because they don't only deserve to be ripped to pieces, they deserve to burn in unholy fire for all eternity.
So the one thing that I'll say might be the saving grace to this is, like, not everyone pays attention to lyrical content. In fact, a lot of people don't pay attention to lyrical content. A lot of people think that songs that are very dark are actually upbeat songs. There's a lot of people who didn't realize what Pumped Up Kicks was about when they heard it until someone explained it to them, and then they were like,
yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I recently found out for sure what I'd always had a theory about, and I was 100% correct. Any of you guys ever heard the one song everybody's heard by Coheed and Cambria called Welcome Home?
Tell them.
Yeah, that's about a dude plotting to murder his ex. Yep, he's trying to figure out how he should do it.
Yep.
Whore in sheep's clothing, fucking up all I do. Now get in the ground.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dark. A lot of Coheed's stuff sounds really upbeat, and it's dark, actually, lyrically, like, and that's one of the reasons I like them. Mm-hmm. It's like the one thing that, like, their album intro that it just, like, sold me so much was when I'll be here waiting for you, for one kiss from you. I'll be waiting here to kill all of you, to kill all of you. And just it goes, like, into like a, you know, a straight up like minor note at the very end, you know, and it's like, oh yeah, that was like a lullaby, and then it went real dark at the end out of nowhere. Like,
and it completely just fucked, like, it completely just like flipped everything on its head.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of people that just don't really actually like delve into what the lyrics are actually saying. They just sing along and never put two and two together.
No, they don't. Well,
I'm even guilty of that in a lot of the cases. There's a lot of songs that I've never really lyrically analyzed before, but I've sang.
I do. I used to a lot more back in the day. Nowadays, I'm just like, if I'm interested in the song, I will. For instance, like going back and dissecting some of Tech Nine's stuff, especially off of King of Darkness. My God.
Like, I try to think, like, usually when I learn how to sing a song, at that point, I will definitely analyze what the lyrics are saying because I'm memorizing the lyrics. Mm-hmm. But there's one song, and it's a favorite song of mine, and if you ask me what it was about, I would be like, I don't fucking know. It's a cool song, though. Sun Doesn't Rise by Mushroomhead. I've never really sat down and thought about what they're actually talking about in that. Some kind of evidence, some kind of reason.
Yeah.
If I can find a way to begin my life somewhere in this dying day, if I can only find a way for my escape, I find it hard to concentrate before my past mistakes to begin my life. I guess they're talking about, you know, just like moving forward, like in spite of like what you've done in your past and what things you've messed up in your past, but
yeah,
it could be deeper than that. It's hard to tell sometimes, like at a surface level with lyrics, you know?
Yeah, obviously.
A lot of times you'll hear a band talk about a song and it'll completely recontextualize the song, like unlock a thing that you never put together in your head about.
Oh yeah, I've had that happen a bit. I've had that happen a few times. Ugh, but all right. We gotta get out of here. We gotta move on. We've already spent almost 40 minutes on this video. So, everyone, thank you all very much for tuning in. And I guess if y'all liked what you saw here from Rocked, feel free to check them out. There will be a link to their channel right up here. And if you want to see more from us, you know, hey, right here in front of Nogla, you'll see our channel logo and everything pop up. In front of Nick, you will see a random video. In front of me, you will see a playlist either to our gaming channel where we play D&D, or to our anime reaction channel on one of the many shows we have over there. But yeah, till then, everyone, I'm Nate.
I am Nick.
Be good people. Take care. Peace.